Hi, and welcome to Three Questions with. Got my buddy Nick with us from East Coast Renewable Energy. Nick, good afternoon. Welcome to the show.
Hey, Kevin, how you doing today?
I'm living the dream, brother. So
That's
a
good
couple
to hear.
questions today, Nick. What's new with community solar? What's happened since last time we spoke?
Well, the negative thing of community solar in Massachusetts, so many people and businesses have enrolled into the farms, they're pretty much filled.
Nice.
So we have to wait until third quarter this year, fourth quarter this year for more farms to become available. So the great aspect of it is more and more people are joining in. So we'd love to be able to get more and more people in there that I can enroll. The other great thing is, I know you know, up in Drake, Massachusetts. So this program also works up in Maine and in Vermont. Unfortunately, New Hampshire does not have any solar incentives up there. So community solar is not there.
But there's been some changes in the solar incentives since last time we spoke, right?
That is true. The federal credit, now this really is geared towards the solar installations. The federal credit has increased back up to 30%. Now that is a really big savings. As you may or may not know, your solar installation, if your cost of the cost of the installation is $10,000, you're going to get $3,000 back when you file your taxes. Now, granted, that's assuming you qualify for that federal credit. So I would definitely recommend your colleagues here to talk to their accountants to make sure that they would qualify for it.
Yeah, like you said, that's important to make sure you get the qualifications. Yep.
Now, going forward, though, as everybody may or may not know, the electricity rates are going up again. So if you do elect to call me to connect to the community solar, which currently is a 10% savings off your entire bill, and all you need to qualify for that is you need to pay an electrical bill. So if you own or rent, you can do this. You don't have to talk to your landlord, whether you're renting a house to live in, nor if you're renting a business. So everybody qualifies for the community solar as long as you're in one of the top utility groups, which is National Grid and Eversource in Massachusetts. The real good thing, though, because the incentives are going up and electricity prices are going up, if you've thought about owning your solar or getting solar, the best investment, honestly, is still owning. Putting it on for free is such a great idea because it costs you nothing. But the way I talk to people when they want to put on solar, I say, you bought your house and you thought it was a good investment to pay it off in 30 years, right? If you put solar on your house, now granted, depending upon how much sun you get onto your roof, the return on investment is 6 or 7 years. That's if you buy it. Now, everybody says, well, I don't want to take out a loan, but I question everybody. Your electrical bill is a lifelong loan, just like paying rent. So if you can eliminate that lifelong electrical bill by installing solar, and with all the government incentives that the state of Massachusetts offers and the federal government, like we talked about the 30%, your return on investment is going to be about 6 or 7 years. And again, I'm going to put it in quotes, based upon how much sun actually hits that roof. They call it a shading factor.
Yep. Now, I would imagine that, more people looking at solar now, because just watching social media, the number of people like, hey, did you get your electric bill? It's considerably higher than it was last month. So do you anticipate that kind of leading more people who maybe just didn't know about solar, or, maybe they're just confused, Nick, like, oh, I heard this from somebody, that I shouldn't do it. So can you walk people through, if they want to sit down with you, have a call, Nick, talk to me about the pros and cons of using solar. What's the best approach? Can you kind of guide them through that, Nick?
I would 100% be happy to guide anybody who owns a house or a business that they want to install solar. Now, something else that we do for businesses is we do carports for big businesses. But on the residential end, if somebody wants to buy, or commercial end, all you got to do is send me over your electrical bill. We'll do a design. It's all for free, no commitments, and I'll walk you through it. Now, the beauty of installing solar with me is I practice what I preach. I have purchased my solar system on my house in 2015. I also purchased a solar system on my rental properties in 2015. As of January of 2021, all my solar loans were paid off. So I've been getting free energy on all those properties. It's a
That was
beautiful
great to
thing,
see.
guys.
Yeah. So talk to us about some of the other things you can assist people with then, Nick.
Yeah, so what we've already talked about is the community solar aspect. So as long as you pay an electrical bill to National Grid or Eversource, or in Maine, CMP or Versant, or Vermont, Green Mountain Power, you qualify to connect to the solar fields. And we're going to talk about Massachusetts. Currently, there's a 10% savings off your entire bill. So if your electrical bill is $200 a month, you're going to pay $180. Solar installation. Talked about it. You can put it on for free, which free is always good, but buying, in my opinion, is the best opportunity, which we talked a little bit about. And by all means, you can call me at any point in time. We'll put together I'll go over everything. We'll put together a proposal so you can see it. Carports for businesses are really getting big. Now, carports do cost a little bit more money because they're a big structure. But again, the return on the investment on those are about 8 to 9 years. And the beauty of owning the solar is your electricity bill goes like this because you have a fixed rate payment on your loan. It's a beautiful thing. We're also doing car charging stations. So for all those businesses who want to put a car charging station in, we can do it. Eversource and National Grid normally have some really great incentives, and the repayment is really quickly. And you can charge people to use your car charging stations. Of course, in the industry we're in with energy, most people have heard about the negotiated supply rates. Those rates have gone through the roof. I can help you with those rates. It's always great to get a competitive price.
I agree.
And the other thing that we're doing in the energy field is battery storage. Battery storage helps in 2 different ways. Number one, if your power goes out, if we build the battery that way, it can keep you going. But for most businesses, it offsets one of the biggest expenses you guys have in your energy bill, which is your demand charges. So what I would tell you is the batteries are free to opt into. There will be a battery on site, but you save thousands of dollars.
That makes sense. So Nick, what's the best way for people to reach out to you? How can they learn more?
Best way to do is give me a call or text me. My number is 508-400-9236. We can do everything via Zoom calls. I'd be happy to drive up to see people face to face. Normally, what I recommend is do a Zoom call or a phone call, send me the electrical bill. I'll get a proposal for you, whether it's community solar, solar installation, whatever it is, car charging station, and then we meet face to face. But of course, if you want to do everything over the phone, we can.
Makes perfect sense. Nick, I appreciate you taking a couple of minutes to call into the show. And as always, thanks for being my friend.
Thanks, Kevin.